off season, so it feels good to finally get back.
You guys spent so much time in the last few months with NIL and all the other parts that are not the game.
Yeah.
Is there an adjustment period to getting back out here and having to shut off everything?
I mean, yeah, even though we had NIL, our main focus is always on football. You got to keep the main thing, so yeah.
What's been the biggest adjustment in those first couple of practices?
The biggest adjustment? Just getting back, for real. Just getting back, competing against each other. So that's been the only adjustment, for real.
You had a great season last year. Obviously, there's things you do to get better. What are you really focused on this year to take that next step?
Just staying focused, not getting too big-headed, because I feel like, I did a lot last year, but I feel like I'm not at the level that I want to be at yet. So I got to keep grinding, and I got to stay focused.
What are some of those things to get to the next level? What are the things in particular that you can do to add to your game?
Everything. I'm trying to be on the level that all the greats are. Eddie George, Archie Griffin, Zeke Elliott, J.K. Dobbins, all those guys. So I'm just trying to get on the level that they're on.
Trey, were there moments last year where you felt like maybe you got knocked down a peg a little bit? You had a lot of success. Mm-hmm. What were some of like the learning, the teaching moments that you had to kind of work through?
The learning, teaching moments that I had to work through is that it's not going to be a lot of home runs. Sometimes you got to take those tough 3 to 5 yards. So that's what I had to transition to at the majority of the end of the season, just taking those tough 3 to 5 yards.
How about from like your physicality, your body's perspective? Did you get through the year the way you thought? And how do you adjust your training in the off season to maybe get through this coming year better?
No, we kind of play some great teams towards the end of the season. So most of the home runs that I had at the beginning of the season, of course they didn't hit as I wanted it to. But this off season, it's been great for me. I've been pushing myself. I'm benching way more, squatting way more. I'm doing a lot of things. Coach Meek's been pushing me. All the strength coaches been pushing me. So I've been working my tail off. So this year I'm ready.
How much is way more?
True.
A lot. Trey, is that just to get yourself more physically ready for, like, last year, as you said, like, the first half of the year was pretty smooth sailing. Then the Penn State game happened, and then kind of leveled off after that. Was it just a surprise that they were that much more physical, or, how did that game sort of set itself up?
It wasn't a surprise for me. I pretty much knew what was coming. But Penn State game, I love games like that. That was a tough game for me. That was a big moment for me, a huge step in my career. I feel like that was the first time I played a whole game. So like this year, the schedule is pretty tough. This year, I feel like we're gonna have more teams like Penn State. So I'm ready for that. Like I love games like that. Just competing on a high level like Penn State.
TreVeyon, how different physically? Obviously we could see some difference in Mayan, but how different is he as a player from year to year? When you've watched him now throughout the spring and now in this camp.
Mayan,
how different is he?
Shoot, Mayan a dog. Mayan to go split somebody's face. He'll juke you. He can do it all. Mayan can do it all. I definitely believe he's gonna shock a lot of people.
With his commitment this offseason, the way he changed his body, those kind of things, how did that impress you, and how did it motivate you? The fact that you all are at the same position doing the same job.
Yeah, we all motivate each other, and just seeing Mayan being able to focus and cut down on his weight like that, man, it's a lot, because I know what it took for him to get there and all the sacrifice he had to make to get there. So, shoot, I'm happy for him. I can't wait to ball out with him.
Trey, when you go through the recruiting process and get the Tony offer, what's your first impression?
My first impression is just how much he cared for me. He was texting, not just for me, but for my family also, about like my mental, things like that, man. He was always making sure I'm doing good, making sure my family's doing great. So I don't just like him as a coach, but I like him as a person, man. He's a great person.
I don't think you ever got a chance to work with him before you actually got here. Yeah. So first practice, how did that go for you?
Sure, it was.
Did he try to kill you, basically?
Yeah. He's always trying to kill me. So if I probably would have came here as a recruit, worked out with him, I probably would have had to sit out for a little bit. He always trying to kill me, but man, I love the way he pushed me, keep going, and being the best version of me. So I definitely need his hard coaching.
The way you just talked to us, like, that was hard.
Yeah, it was.
Does it feel like that's a Tony offered practice as a recruit, as a running back. You go through that and you go, okay, I want to be a part of this, or you kind of shy away from it. Take it
Oh no, definitely. No, just looking at the work he put through the recruits, that's the same work we get now. It's tough, and he just want to see how you gonna respond. He gonna push you to your limits and see how you respond, man. And I definitely need that because it pushes. When he puts you through that, it pushes you to be great. He's just trying to make you a better running back, a better person. Yeah.
So, I mean, you're getting all these physical questions. Notre Dame's first, Wisconsin's on the schedule. First practice, and like, do you understand it now? Why he kind of pushed you guys that way when you look at some of the stuff you have to go through as a running back on the field?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we keep getting all these physical questions about these different teams, but they don't understand. Like, we practice against one of the best defenses in the country, so our practices is physical. So going into the games, I already took them hits months ago. I'm taking them hits every week. So, yeah.
TreVeyon, is there a sense of urgency to camp because you're playing somebody so good right out of the chute?
I mean, shoot, every week, no matter who we play, it's a sense of urgency. I mean, we're not going to lighten up on practice just because we're playing a different team. So every week, we got the same energy, same mindset.
I mean, you've been hearing about Notre Dame since the spring. Right?
Yeah. So we've been preparing for them all season for a while now. So I'm just ready to play them. But I know that's a month away. So right now, I'm just keep putting in the work, keep grinding.
How about building off that, though? I mean, you know, no offense to Minnesota. They were a good team, and they had a really good offensive line.
Yeah.
It felt like Oregon was the game early in the year last year everybody was kind of looking toward. And you've got to play, you know, a team that has college football playoff aspirations a week earlier now. What's the sense in the locker room of trying to get ready for a game of that magnitude right away, given what you guys went through last year early?
Shoot, it's tough. I mean, it was definitely a learning moment for us last year, losing that early in the season. So this year, I feel like our mindset has changed a lot going in. I mean, I think we're more focused now than we ever been. So yeah.
I mean, you're focused, but do you guys actually talk about it, or is it just sort of an understood thing?
We talk about it each and every day. I mean, we train for it every day. So yeah, of course we talk about it, but I feel like we're all tired of talking about it and stuff like that. I feel like we're ready to go out there and show them who we are.
TreVeyon, can I ask you a silly one a little bit? Who are your roommates for this coming year, for this season? Who you be living with?
Well, I live by myself,
Okay.
but last year my roommates was Denzel Burke, Jansen Dunn, and Evan Carter.
So as you get older, like how do you decide, make the decision of, do I want to be with guys? Do I want to be on my own? I know a lot of guys go on their own. What was it like for you to decide that?
I mean, I like staying by myself, and because I'm a low-key type of person, and I'm clean. I like everything organized and stuff, so I just like having a clean room. But like, I love being. Most of my time I'm here at the Woody, trying to hang around my teammates and bond with my teammates. I mean, I don't like being by myself all day. I get bored. So, yeah.
So you do. I mean, you spend a lot. You're around these guys.
Yeah,
almost all day.
Almost all the time. All the time. Yeah.
I know Justin was like that. I mean, a lot of the guys. Justin went, was by himself in the apartment. Is it, especially when you have a high profile?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Sometimes do you just want to go, like, to your place, and at the end of the day, not escape it necessarily, but like not have to worry about anything?
Yeah. Sometimes I mean, I feel like it's good to live by myself, because sometimes I just want to be by myself, clear my head, and just think a little bit. And I just like staying to myself most of the time. But other than that, I'm here with my teammates, trying to bond with them, see how they're doing, what they're up to, or go out and do some stuff with them and stuff like that.
And then do you have like a guilty pleasure for eating, of like, I'm trying to, follow my diet and I'm strict, but like, oh man, I just got to get some of this?
Sure. Not really.
No, you're good all the time?
I eat whatever. So.
You eat whatever?
Yeah, I'm trying to gain weight. So.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
What do you want to get to?
Shoot, I need like 1 more pound.
Okay.
Yeah, it's harder than you think though.
Do you want to play above what you were last year?
I mean, yeah, definitely. Going into the season, I definitely realized how important it is to stay up to your weight, because you're at a certain weight during the off season. Once you get in the season, you're working out a lot and you're not eating as much, and so you lose a lot of weight during the season. So I'm trying to maintain my weight now, that way I don't have the same problem as last season.